Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82, and this is a live stream that I had wanted to do yesterday, but actually I wanted to do it Friday, but I had some issues with my job that I ended up working like a 13-hour day Friday, and then I couldn't do it yesterday, so I'm doing it a little last minute today. This is going to be discussing the latest reveals for G.I. Joe Classified. If you didn't see the Hasbro Pulse live stream on Facebook on Friday, they released some new images for Wave 2 of G.I. Joe Classified. So we're going to look at those. I see that I saw that Bill posted a comment a while ago, and I didn't see it until a few minutes ago. I kind of, when I was setting this up, I had created it a while ago, and then I couldn't go live, and so I guess this was kind of sitting on the channel. I'm not really sure how it works, but we're live now. So Bill, if you're still on, hold on a second. I'm getting a little bit of a thing saying my stream is not going. Oh, it's saying my stream status is poor. Not sure why that is. Normally, it's pretty good. My internet is pretty good. Hey, guys. So, guys, let me know if I'm coming in clear or not. If you're watching. It says my YouTube is telling me my bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate, which usually doesn't happen. I don't know why. So if anyone's watching, guys, let me know if you can see me and hear me, because I'd rather not do this if it's not coming in clear. It's not, be kind of pointless if you can't see me or hear me. So it looks from my end, my microphone's working. Hey, Matt. All right, Matt says I'm good to go. Gas says, yeah, you're clear. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and hopefully the signal improves. I'm really surprised at that because I have pretty strong internet, pretty good internet at my house. So I don't know if it's something with my neighborhood or what. And it's not an issue with, because I've done streams before where, there's two other TVs are streaming at the same time and it's gone through okay. So, all right, let's go ahead. And so if you guys didn't watch it, Hasbro Pulse did a live stream on Facebook. I'm not sure why I don't know if they did it on their website too. I feel like doing it on their website is would reach more people because not everybody's on Facebook, So, but they did it on Facebook, and so they revealed figures for Wave 2. Let me see. The first one is one that we already know. They already released images for, and that was, if I can find him here, that was this guy, Cobra Commander, helmeted version, no extra head, and he's got a kind of regal appearance. I did a video a little bit ago covering just this guy, so that nothing new there. But what they did say is that what was a network exclusive, which turned out to be basically this guy again. That was a whole debacle with this network app that I intentionally stayed away from because I just didn't want to deal with it, and turned out to be a good decision on my part. It was big headache for a lot of people. Anyway, so right now, I don't know if they're still available. They were available Friday. You can pre-order this Cobra Commander, the dark blue, and this version, the light blue. which the Hasbro people are terming this or coining this as Regal Cobra Commander. Which they're both, to me, they're both Regal. They're both, the only difference is some of the color. This one is the lighter blue with the gold. So there you go. Let me know, guys, let me know in the comments if anyone successfully pre-ordered Cobra Commander through the network app. I did not, and so I know some people had success with that and some people didn't. Gaz, you missed the Pulse stream. All right, sorry. Yeah, fortunately I was working from home, so I was able to view it. If I wasn't working from home, then I would not have been able to watch it. So Bill says that you said that Hasbro Pulse sold out quick, so I guess the Cobra Commander sold out on Hasbro Pulse. Okay, they might still be. I know other, like Amazon put some up. I don't know if they put up Cobra Commander. I know they put up some of the other ones. I guess they would have them all. And Bill says that Big Bad Toy Store has the dark blue one. So, Action Figure Expert, hey man. I'm doing good. How are you? All right, so let's go on to the next one. So that we already knew Cobra Commander, right? So here's one that we basically knew. Strong inclination that we were going to get this guy. And this is Gung-Ho, who was in the artwork we've seen already, that big group shot. But here he is officially going to be in Wave 2. And he looks good. I really like that artwork on the front of the packaging. Here he is in the package. And they are, number one, the most noticeable thing for me is that they are going with a more realistic color palette versus the Sunbow color palette. And what's very interesting is that, so you've got these guys that are complaining that they only want their G.I. Joe to be straight military, no crazy, wacky, or sci-fi or anything else. But then on the live stream, I saw a bunch of people commenting, "Why isn't he in his, Sunbow colors or the teal, or like what we saw with the 50th anniversary 1/18th scale version?" And which I really like. I really like that figure. But it's just kind of funny. Like you try to please one side, the other side isn't happy. So this is the version we're getting right now. They even said on the stream that they are interested in doing, I'm doing air quotes now, the more like classic designs. So I'm guessing, if the line continues, that we will see a Sunbow version or a comic version of Gung-Ho. And there are, let's see, here's another shot. It's an interesting pose there. Ready for action. He does have a tattoo on his chest, and there were a lot of comments about how that's not the correct tattoo that's supposed to be on his chest. And then I heard later afterwards that there are some copyright legal issues with that, because I guess it's the official Marine logo. The Marines own it, and so they're just not able to do that now for whatever reason. So that's why, if you have a question about that, that's why. And it was hard for me to really tell what the tattoo is, but it's definitely not his original one. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. If I go quiet for a few seconds, it's because I'm taking a drink. I'm a little bit parched tonight. So here's a closer up shot, and you'll see on his right, top of his right shoulder, he's got that silver and blue little tech kind of piece there, and that's been the one major consistent thing across the figures. You'll see on the other ones, they have that same little device. I'm thinking it's maybe like a communication device between them or something. But that's been consistent. And here he is against Cobra Commander. Hanging one arm. I could do that. Hang one arm while shooting the gun. No problem. Now, there is one issue that I did not notice, but while listening to What's on Joe Mind do their post-stream commentary, Mark Weber pointed out that he is not in his Marine hat. The hat that this figure is wearing is an Army hat, which I didn't even notice. So I don't know if you can even tell here. I didn't even notice until he pointed it out, and then I went back and looked. So not sure how or why that happened. I'm guessing it's probably too late for them to change it at this point. It seems like these figures are pretty far along in the process. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that those are just going to be released with the incorrect hat. But that's something that can be easily fixed. And I think the hat is removable. I think I saw a picture somewhere that the hat is removable. So in a future release, it could come with a correct, version of the hat. So it's unfortunate that happened. I don't know how that oversight happened, but it's something that could be easily fixed with, get tool to correct hat and include it with like a weapons pack or something on Hasbro Pulse that people can buy. That just came to the top of my head, just an idea of something they could do. So that is Gung-Ho. What do you guys think about Gung-Ho? So I'm not really paying too much attention to the comments. I'm kind of going, on my end, looking at the images here. Razoner says Gung-Ho sold out on Pulse. So it seems like Pulse has a lot of things sold out. I went ahead and just did, right after the stream, I went and did a pre-order because I've been on the losing side of those for a long time, and I just went ahead and, like, for the exclusive Snake Eyes, I waited too long, and I was one of the later pre-orders. Still don't have my Snake Eyes, even though others got theirs, a month or two ago, whenever it was. So I just went ahead and did my pre-order as soon as I could, and then I noticed not too much longer on Friday, one of the figures was sold out already. So Bill says Gung-Ho shares Roblox's body. I heard. I wouldn't be surprised because they're both big guys. I have Roadblock here, and I have not reviewed him yet. He's next up on the list, but he is a big guy. I did Duke already. If you haven't seen that, go check it out, my review. But Roadblock is definitely a bigger body. So So I'm trying to catch back up with your comments here in the section here. Pensive says the hat is removable, and who cares? Get the 3 3/4 inch figure if you want the Marine hat. Guy says it's nitpicking because people don't want to like them. You might be true. Raisiner says, yes, he's got a mohawk. That's what I thought I heard, that he, Gung-Ho, is not bald. He has a mohawk, which you can't tell if he's got the hat on. But it's an interesting choice. Pensive, my snake eyes has not come either. Solidarity, right? We're in this together. And Pensive brings up the Red Ninja, so let's go ahead and go to him next. This is... The Red Ninja was a very strong contender for being in the line because there were images of the Red Ninja on promotional artwork. What's very interesting about this is not the traditional look that we've come to know from the Red Ninja, and something also pointed out, I believe Mark Weber said it on What's on Joe Mind, shout out to them, that the Red Ninja pretty much has always been, the figure has always been a repaint of another figure, another character, like Storm Shadow. They repainted Storm Shadow and he became the Red Ninja. This is a brand new design. He's not copying anybody else. This is just Red Ninja. And I think he looks good. For me, the Red Ninjas were not necessarily a faction of Cobra. I just considered them to be their own thing. But according to this, they are a part of Cobra. The figure has texture, like on parts of him, like the black, has sort of a snakeskin texture that they were describing. And he's got some snake-like things over his uniform. And so that's cool. That's something that you see a lot of with the larger scale, is more detail, more texture. That's a nice shot of him there with his weapons. Here's two of them with Cobra Commander, implying again that they are associated with Cobra. And here they are with Gung-Ho. Now, for me, I feel like 3 Red Ninjas could overpower Gung-Ho, but if according to this image, you've got the 2 in the back that see Gung-Ho, pretty much taking care of the first one, and they're like, all right, maybe we'll hold off for a minute and see what this guy can do. So that was kind of funny. This is the one I'm looking for. Here we see the back that I think he can hold all of his weapons on him. I think that's what they said, which is something that so far I've liked. Out of the figures I have, the 2 I have, all of their accessories can fit on them. So you're not going to be getting... So the Red Ninja is one that comes with more accessories than the average. Like if you can see here, it's got size and the axes. I'm sure these all have proper names that I don't know. But he's got quite a bit more than some of the other figures. But it appears they all fit on him. And that's something that I like. You don't have a lot of extra pieces lying around. I know some of you guys will probably complain that there's not a lot for the other figures, but I like when the figure comes and you can fit everything on him. Like, I think back to the vintage line, and guys, I'm pretty sure like Ambush came with the backpack and the net and the helmet, and I think everything, he could fit everything on him, that kind of idea. So yeah, I think this is okay. I'm sure we will see, again, if the line continues, I'm sure we will see a classic version of the Red Ninja, but for now I think this guy is looking pretty good. I'm going to check out the comments again here. JLS Comics says Gung-Ho eats Red Ninjas with his MREs. Look, I like you guys are kind of talking to each other in here. It takes a little bit of pressure off me to keep, because it's hard for me to go back and forth. Gaz says, odd they went with a red ninja over a viper or a blue shirt. So I think they went with the red ninja. The 2020 is going to be very ninja heavy because we've got the Snake Eyes movie. As far as I know, it's still coming out at the end of the year. So it's going to be very ninja focused because of that movie. If that movie was not coming out, I don't think we would see red ninjas this soon. I think we would have seen like a regular viper or a, officer or regular blue shirt cobra before we would see the red ninja. But in the artwork we've seen alley vipers, so I think alley vipers are on the docket to be released. I'm very surprised that we would see alley vipers over the regular viper first. I know alley vipers have a huge following, but that's just a little bit surprising to me. I like the alley viper, but I would have thought a regular one would see first. Pensive says, no regular Storm Shadow, no Baroness, no Zartan. Zartan I could see pushing off. Baroness, I was really surprised Baroness was not included. I thought she was going to be in there. Guys, have no doubt we will see Baroness and Zartan. All the major iconic characters will see release as long as the line keeps going, okay? You're going to see Baroness. You're going to see Zartan. It's... I think there have been rumors or some unofficial claims that Major Blood, Lady J, there's one other one that are for Wave 3. But, Bill Pagan says Baroness is coming, guys. You're right. I agree. Russ the Muss, I like that name, Russ the Muss, says, I like the look of the Red Ninja. We will get Vipers in future waves. Guaranteed we will. You heard it here first. No, I have no inside knowledge, but I'm based on what experience I have with this line. I would be shocked if we don't see, Vipers or blue shirts. The other, I would love to see Night Viper. Hasbro, if you're watching, put Night Viper in there. 6-inch Night Viper. My favorite Viper. Okay, so that was Red Ninja. Let's go to the next one. This was one of the leaked, so Thursday, some of these images were leaked a little early, so we knew beforehand. But this guy, I was very surprised to see. Who else was expecting this one? This is in the Classify line. This is known as Prophet Director Destro, based on an earlier figure. Now, I don't remember. I know there was a modern version, but I don't remember if there was a vintage version of this. The earlier version was called Pimp Daddy Destro, and I think they wanted to get away from that naming convention. They went with Prophet Director, and he is a repaint of the Destro from Wave 1, and with some really cool accessories. And I know some people are upset that there is a repaint already. And I think this guy might have been a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I'm not sure. But here he is in the package. That artwork is good. It's a little on the cartoony side, but it's good. And he's got a sort of maroon uniform and leopard print details. His holster on his thigh, I think that's the same red from the other version. Looks like he comes with some sunglasses, a gold gun, gold briefcase, gold head. And he's got some burning money. He's got money to burn. He's got plenty of cheese, plenty of cash to go around. This is, I'm just really surprised that we're seeing a version of Destro like this so soon. I would have pegged this to be like a con exclusive or something, but I think he's cool. I can't say that he's going to be great. I don't have the regular version of Destro yet to say, oh yeah, he's going to be awesome. I'm assuming he is because what some other people I've heard have really liked Destro. So here's a better shot of his face. I like that face sculpt. Gold and I'm pretty sure it's only a matter of time before we see a 6-inch version of the vintage version 2, the Iron Grenadier version. And he's got this one comes with a cape. Let me see, here we go. He's got that leopard print cape on. And this outfit reminds me of I think it was the first Triple X movie with Vin Diesel, and he's got this big fur coat on. I don't know. He just kind of reminds me of that. And I got a couple other images here. And I really like the shots that Hasbro has released for these figures. I think they're very well done. And then if you don't like the cape, you can always take it off. It's removable. So I think he's looking good. Let me go to the comments. I'm a little afraid to see what you guys are saying about him. Let's see here. It looks like you guys are saying that Big Bad Toy Store has this one too. So if he's sold out on Pulse, you can head over to Big Bad Toy Store and pick this one up. Rust the Muss says, looks cool. Bill says, I ordered this one. Big Bad Toy Store has the exclusive from 2007 on pre-order for $50. Now I got an email today or yesterday about that, a pre-order, and I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, this figure was already released before, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but Big Bad Toy Store has up for pre-order the 3 3/4 inch version of this deco for Destro. So not sure if they found a case of them somewhere or what. I'm not sure what the deal is there. But if you're interested, you can head over to their website, check it out. Kind of scrolling down here. And I'm going to echo what Sean Beckett is saying here in the comments. He says it's the B-listers I'm curious about. The A-listers like Zartan, Flint, are givens, not really worth stressing over. Yeah, I agree. Like, you're going to see Zartan, Flint, Lady J, all the big names, the A-list characters are going to see release. It's the other ones that you wonder about. And JLS Comics says someone is going to wear that to JoeCon. I have a feeling like I've seen someone. I feel like I have seen that in cosplay somewhere. Maybe it's wishful thinking on my part. I feel like I've seen that, but that would be an awesome cosplay. Juggernaut Jones, he does look like Vin. I think Vin Diesel would be a good voice. And he can't do a Scottish. I doubt Vin Diesel could do a Scottish accent, but he's got that deep, baritone voice that I would expect Destro to have. Bill Pagan says, I got Wave 1 yesterday. Wave 1 Destro looks amazing. That's pretty much what I've heard. The version 1 Destro looks good. Christopher Kelly says, personally, I'm not interested in a second Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, and Destro already. Yeah, I was very surprised they did a repaint already. I was expecting that to happen a little further along. Sean says, you can tell the designers had a lot of fun with this Destro. I think you're right. Like the sunglasses and the burning money. They're like, what can we do here that'll be fun to do? Gaz wants them to do a 6-inch Shockwave. I'm sure the guys over at G.I. Joeberg would agree with you. Steven from G.I. Joeberg would agree. Joe Barrett says, I wonder how long this line may run. Nobody knows, Joe. Nobody knows. It could be 1 year. It could be 10 years. It just depends on how well they sell. All right, so that was Prophet Director Destro. I almost said the wrong name. Prophet Director Destro. That was one of the reveals that was done on Friday. So the last one, that's a small wave. This is what, 5 figures, 4 figures. This next one was a shock to me. I had the stream on, and there was a person at our house looking at our air conditioning, so I was kind of in and out a little bit, and I came back in, and this was up on the screen, and I was just totally shocked. I couldn't believe what I was seeing at first. I went, wait, what? That's not what I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. This is Storm Shadow that I believe is an Amazon exclusive, and he is based on the 93, the Ninja Force version, which is the version that I grew up with. I joined G.I. Joe right before or right after the version 2 Storm Shadow. So Storm Shadow for me was a good guy, and this was his uniform. I love the vintage figure. We actually got used so much play it actually broke. Those Ninja Force figures were not quite as durable as the other ones, and I think his leg broke off, and the vintage ones are not easily fixable as the other ones. But anyway, this guy is based on that original design, and I love it. I'm a big fan of that version of Storm Shadow, and I understand why some people could be upset that this is not not the version 1 Storm Shadow. If you are upset about that, I want you to calm down, because there's no way they're not going to do version 1 Storm Shadow. With the Snake Eyes movie coming out, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are the two main characters. There's gonna be so many Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow things. It's not even worth stressing over, like he said in the comments. So don't worry, you're gonna get your Storm Shadow. Okay, you're gonna see you're gonna see a blue, green, red, every kind of Storm Shadow you can think of, white. So now I really like the pictures that they released with this guy. So there he is in the package. Here he is with some of his gear. Looks like he's got a grappling hook with a line, and he's all decked out there. Here's a look at the back. He's got a sword. He's got his thing with the arrows, a bow. Looks like it's gold and black. Here's his sword. It looks like it's all white. I think the vintage figure had an all-white sword too, if I'm not mistaken. And also another interesting thing, the hood is removable, and it looks like some of his like the white armor shoulder pads are removable. So this image right here looks almost like a completely different character once you take off the hood and like some of that white armor. So if you want, you could buy this figure and use him as somebody else. Here he is scaling a mountain, as he is wont to do. Whoa, what happened there? My image got messed up. Hold on a second. Let me fix that here. Let me see if I can. Maybe I can't because I'm streaming. Oh, I apologize, guys. That image got kind of cropped at the bottom. Anyway, just another shot of him geared up, looking pretty fierce. And they did a close-up in the live stream of the face sculpt, and even just his eyes with the eyebrows. He looks pretty fierce. And it looks like a really nice sculpt from what I could tell. So I'm going to head over here to the comments and see what you guys are saying about this guy. I was shocked and pretty excited, and I did pre-order this guy. So, who knows when I'm going to... I did it through Amazon, so it seems like some people are having more luck getting their products through Amazon than some of the other methods. Now, the condition that you get them in might not be as good, but you might get them faster. Gaz says he looks cool, but I'd like to version 2 over this one. Sean Beckett says, not really my thing, but happy for those who like it. I buy what I like and pass what I don't. That's how I roll. Well, that's good to hear. I wish more people were like you, Sean. That, I mean, you're not hating on those of us that like it. Classic action figures. I think the fact that Snake Eyes movie is delayed might have made Hasbro shuffle the order of release of some figures. So I have not heard that the movie was delayed. If that's true, it's news to me. So I'm going to have to look that up and see. I think it was supposed to come out in October, November. I think October, maybe late October. Joe Barrett says, I got my Storm Shadow pre-ordered. My wife did it for me while I was at work. Props to your wife, man. She's a class act. Bill says version 1 Storm Shadow has already been leaked. He has cut off sleeves and a tattoo. I haven't seen those images yet. I'll have to look for those. Classic Action Figures pointing out that a bunch of movies have been delayed. I know that they I was really looking forward to the next James Bond movie. Was supposed to come out already. I think it was supposed to come out in March or April, and that got pushed till the end of the year, November, I think. That's if it gets released in theaters still. Who knows? So I don't know about the Snake Eyes movie being delayed. I wonder if I could try to look it up real quick. If I could find something. I just see, all right, first thing here on his tank, so it says According to the info, the release has been pushed back to November 19th. So I guess it was originally supposed to be October 23rd, and then it got pushed to November, which it's not that big of a deal. If you'll think back to the last G.I. Joe movie that was in theaters and got pushed back a full year, a few weeks is not that big a deal. All right, let me head back over here. Hey, Robert Monty. Hey, thanks for coming on. Pensive Melancholy. That Storm Shadow looks like a movie version. So the Storm Shadow that I just showed images for, they are calling Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. So that would be cool if in the movie there's something in the Arctic and he actually wears that uniform. That would be awesome for me. All right, so Pensive saying is October 3rd is the release date. What I just found was November, so I don't know. We still haven't seen a trailer. I think they said a month or two ago that we should be seeing a trailer any day, but no trailer has come out yet. So I was anticipating having seen that already. Normally, COVID aside, for a movie coming out in October and November, we should be seeing like at least a teaser, months in advance. So Kenny Jones says, are they going to make any version of Topside? I think he was an awesome character. Kenny, I agree with you. I love Topside, but I have a feeling he's way down on the roster compared to like Beachhead. There's been no thing for Beachhead. He's a major character. Somebody pointed out the website. So GIJoe.com was relaunched last week. And it's really nice, really very nice looking. I encourage you to go check it out. It's got a lot of stuff on there. Everything new. It's not really comprehensive for what's happened in the past. It's got some brief summaries of what's happened up until this point, but it's mainly focused on new products, new media. They highlight the comics that are new. Larry Hama is a Real American Hero. Paul Allore's comic that he's doing. The Snake Eyes movie. So it's really looks like sort of the hub for what's new for G.I. Joe. Anyway, they have a whole section for G.I. Joe and Cobra characters, and there's quite a few on there that have not been confirmed as figures, but it seems like if they're putting them on the website, those characters, they are likely to see a figure release. So guys like Barbecue are on there. Some of Topside's not on there. I don't think Lieutenant Falcon is on there. Is Hawk on there? I don't remember. Nobody said Hawk. Nobody's asked. I haven't heard anyone say, why haven't they released a 6-inch Hawk yet? He's a major character. Who else? Hold on. Let me see. Gung-Ho. The one major absence I've seen for this new line is Shipwreck. I don't even think his image is on the website. I'm not sure what's going on there. And it's not just Shipwreck, but all aquatic type figures, Cobra and Joe. I don't think are seeing any representation, which is a little surprising to me because I know they're trying to target kids, and I feel like kids like to take their toys in the bath or the water or the pool. Summertime. I don't know. I feel like we could have benefited from having some aquatic, like a cobra eel, shipwreck, deep six, rock and roll image is on the website. Although his image on the website looks like the version that we saw in Aubrey Sitterson's run, where Love It or Hate It, there was an interesting take on rock and roll, at least. Alpine, Bazooka. I think you're going to see a whole list of the guys before Topside. I hate to tell you. I like Scoop, but Scoop is years away unless they decide to divvy it up. One thing I like to compare it to is the Power Rangers line. If you're not familiar, Hasbro got the license. They actually purchased the Power Rangers property. Hasbro owns everything to do with Power Rangers, so they can do whatever they want with Power Rangers. So they've released the 6-inch Lightning collection for Power Rangers, and they have been going deep on Power Rangers. They've done characters from several different series, not just the one that's new on the air now. Mighty Morphin, and some of the other ones. So I feel like maybe that might be something that we could look at for comparison to G.I. Joe. We've seen Duke, we've seen Roadblock, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, but now we're seeing Prophet Director Destro, and we know it as Ninja Force Storm Shadow, but they're calling him Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. They could surprise us. They could surprise us and show us Wave 4, Wave 5. There's Topside. It's possible. I don't think it's likely for Topside. I would love to see it. I mean, to give you a list of all the figures I'd like to see in 6-inch would just be really long. So I'm not going to do that right now. I think I missed a ton of comments, guys. Sorry. Pensive says, whatever they make, I'm buying. Sean, yeah, Road Pig is on the website, so might be seeing a Road Pig. JLS Comics says about the Snake Eyes movie, the November date is for Australia. It hasn't been officially delayed in the US yet. Okay, so there you go. I mean, that's good news, I guess, if it's still October, closer, right? And I'm wondering if we will see if they will release if they'll still release movie-based figures in the classified line, or if they'll change it to, if they'll recoin it to be movie series. So there's classified series and then movie series. That's possible, right? And then instead of the artwork, it's on the front of the packaging, it's either artwork like we saw for Rise of Cobra and Rise of Cobra, that really nice artwork based on the movie designs, or a photo from the movie on the packaging. Classic action figures, they need to do Stalker, another one. JLS Comics says Firefly. Yep. Sean Beckett says, guys like that I think we could see, but I think they have to be popular. DJ might not. Yeah, we're probably not going to see odds of seeing DJ in the 6-inch line. I mean, the 6-inch line has to, remember, how long did it take to see some of these characters in the modern line, the 3 3/4, then, 2007 20th anniversary line and on? How long did it take to see some characters in that line? right? We didn't see. I mean, it took, almost over 10 years for some of these characters to be released. So, and remember, 6-inch figures are not released with a dozen figures at a time like the smaller scale lines that we were used to. These guys are only released like 5 figures at a time, and they're spaced out over, a couple months. So you're never going to be able to go into a store and see a wall of classified figures. It's just not going to happen. For me, I'm lucky if I'm going to be able to find any. I compare it to the Power Rangers, which from all accounts is a pretty successful line for Hasbro. The distribution for that in like Target, Walmart is terrible in my area. I go in and I see maybe 1 or 2 figures, and not the new ones either, the ones that have been peg warming for a while. So that's why I went ahead and just pre-ordered classified series figures, because it takes the headache out of going to the store and not being able to find them, which is so frustrating. I would love to go to the store and see them up, but especially in my area, that's not guaranteed. So yeah, I'm sure some of you are in the same boat, which is why we've seen a lot of these figures sell out. And Gaz just pointed out something that I think I'm going to post in another video, because I don't know if it's how many people are going to see this. Gaz pointed out that Bobby Vala over at Valaverse is releasing a 6-inch Sergeant Slaughter figure. I'm going to do a separate video on that. It deserves its own thing. But head over to valaverse.com, VALAVERSE.com. I've already pre-ordered mine and another figure also. But yeah, I'm going to do a separate video for that. That's exciting. That was very exciting news, very surprising news. So yeah, kudos to Bobby Vala for getting the rights to do Sergeant Slaughter. I'm a huge Slaughter fan from the movie. So yeah, that was great. Tropic Thunder says Mutt and Junkyard. Mutt and Junkyard. Another one. Another, major Sunbow character, right? And I was listening to Full Force podcast with Chris McLeod, friend of the channel, Chris McLeod, and he was interviewing Lenny from Hasbro about the line, and Lenny is very interested in doing animal companions, and there was a lot of question about why. A lot of people were saying, why aren't we seeing Timber with snake eyes? And I think the animals have been on their radar. They just haven't gotten to it yet. And he says, if they do animals, it's not going to be a solid, immovable figurine. They are going to be articulated and have multiple paint apps and be well done. So I'm for that. I would rather them put forth their best effort instead of just kind of churning something out just because. So I would have thought we would have seen a Snake Eyes and Timber for the movie release. That would have made sense to me. I didn't sound like they were that far along, because I'm pretty sure they have everything that's going to be released this year is already, designed and everything. So some of you are asking about prices on stuff. So all I can tell you is what I ordered was $20 on Pulse, and then the Storm Shadow on Amazon was $20. So if it's priced differently somewhere else, I don't know. Vic says, I've still yet to see any of the NECA TMNT. So I looked forever for to see the NECA TMNT stuff, which I think looks awesome. The first figure I saw from that line at my Target was Shredder, and it was a 2-pack. I didn't see any of the single packs. It was a Shredder and whoever he's with. Never saw any of the Turtles at my Target. That's, how terrible distribution. So it's not just Hasbro, it's across the board. At least from me, my experience is not good with in-store stuff. Sean Beckett says, I was actually thrilled that Alley Viper was hinted so early. Shows that the line is willing to go a bit deeper right from start. Yes. It also gives you something to look forward to, right? If they come out with everybody all at once, then you're not going to be looking forward to, some other ones down the line, which is what I bring it back to Power Rangers again, but that's what I compare it to, because the same scale and everything. They haven't released all of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in Wave 1 and 2. They've waited several waves to release, so it builds up the anticipation, When are we going to get Zartan? When are we going to get Baroness? And then when they finally reveal it, and it finally, goes up, it builds some excitement, Destro. Destro is here watching my stream. Destro, the arms dealer. He was asking about where Storm Shadow is available. That's Amazon exclusive. And I think some people said that he was sold out on Amazon. I don't know if that's true or not. Elias, I apologize. Your name is a little bit kind of funky here. Elias Angelius, I apologize for mispronouncing, said he saw news that this new Destro, Profit Director Destro, he has not seen it for $20. Now, I feel like all right. Some people said it was not a Pulse exclusive, so I don't know. Head over to Pulse, HasbroPulse.com, or Big Bad Toy Store. Somebody said has it, and those are the two places that I know of to look for it. Classic Action Figure says, I pre-ordered all the new figures, but I remember Ronnie saying that the Regal version, which is the light blue version, would be available until the end of July, so they'll probably restock. So that's good. Restock is always good, right? And Gaz says, about Timber, I know he's iconic, but Snake Eyes didn't come with him in version 1, 3, 4, etc. Just putting that out there. I think he's become, since the vintage line, I think he's become more associated with, he's become more popular, Timber, I never had a Timber. I had Snake Eyes 3 and 4, and then there was no Timber. I don't think there was Timber. I don't even remember if Timber showed up in the comics at that point, towards the end. So, yeah. Classic Action Figure says, Storm Shadow is available for sale right now on Amazon. So go to Amazon and check it out if you haven't already. It says Gung-Ho. Pensive says Gung-Ho is too. Vic says Profit Destro is $24.99 on Pulse, which is weird from the regular $19.99 price. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go on and look. I'm not sure. I feel like I paid $20. Maybe he was $25. I don't remember. It was kind of a flurry. I was, because I was watching the stream, but while they were streaming, they were saying, and available right now is these figures, but I didn't want to stop watching the stream to go order because I didn't want to miss what they were saying on the stream. I think they were having some issues because they started like 20 minutes late. I think they were having some issues on their end with the stream. So I think they were planning on ending it right at 1. So then you finish the stream and then go pre-order. Fernando Oriz says, I see people that complain about the gold color now complain because Gung-Ho doesn't have any gold. They don't even know what they want. Right. Yeah, it's you can't please anybody. And so Lenny, I forget his title, brand designer, he's a major person on the G.I. Joe brand. He says he's looks a lot at comments and what people are saying online, and I hope he's not just seeing one side, that he's seeing what a good sample of people across the board are saying. I mean, even before the live stream, I think they were hearing, I feel like most people had negative stuff to say about the gold that we saw on like Duke and Roadblock, the gold here, and wasn't well received. So if you look at Gung-Ho, I don't think there's any gold on Gung-Ho. And I think there might have been, and they took it off. They changed it to just silver, which is fine by me. I'm not a huge fan of the gold either. So he said that they are listening to what fans say. So if you are on forums, I have a feeling they're probably going to His Tank forums and reading those. I don't know what on YouTube they're watching. I doubt they're watching Little Old Me. But yeah, make your voice known. They could hear it at some point somewhere. So it's good that they take feedback from people. And yeah, if you want to see a 6-inch topside, everywhere that you go online, make sure you say, I want to see a 6-inch topside. And who knows, maybe it'll happen sooner than later. Classic Action Figure says, I haven't received any of my pre-orders. They were delayed until August. Yeah, so I had Wave 1 pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store. Was it 2 months ago now, I think? Still haven't gotten it. So I went on Amazon and I pre-ordered these two. Scarlet wasn't available. Scarlet or Snake Eyes weren't available. So I got these two within 2 days. Had them. I'll be doing a review on him next, Roadblock. This one's available on the channel, the review. Spoiler alert, I like the figure. He's good. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the reason is that for the delays. I don't know if it's COVID, supply and demand. I don't know. I have no experience with that side of things. So, Raisoner mentions the weapons. So, yeah, these guys do not come with traditional, realistic military weapons. These are a little more futuristic, a little more techy, and especially this guy does not come with what you would think he is supposed to come with. But that's just the way they're going with this, guys. And we can all stop being surprised by it. That's just how it is. And so it's maybe something to do with the culture we're living in and PC stuff and all that. I don't know. This is what they're making. I think I saw somewhere, I don't know if they're on sale now or if they're going to be. I think somebody somewhere said that Marauders has 1/12 scale weapons, I think. And another company might already have it too. So you're probably going to be able to find somewhere the weapons that you want in this scale for these figures if they do not come with the weapons you want. And some of you will say, I shouldn't have to go and look elsewhere. Well, that's your opinion, and you might be entitled to it. But yeah, that's just the way it is, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like we are past the point of arguing about the weapons. Just accept that's how it is, okay? Yeah, some of you are, I mean, some of you hate the weapons, some of you think they're okay. Sean Beckett says Lenny, the guy from Hasbro, was thinking he wanted the figures to pop on the shelves, so maybe the silver is supposed to do that. Maybe that's what they were thinking with the gold. So if you look, let me see if I can get this. So if this was all monochrome, green and the dark color down here, it definitely wouldn't pop as much. It's definitely got some video game superhero kind of thing going on there. Now, aesthetically, I don't like the gold, but if you look at it from a marketing business perspective for kids, kids these days, remember, kids these days aren't the kids from 1982. They might be looking for something different. So, yeah, you gotta remember to put yourself in the other person's shoes. And Lenny said that they did testing. They gave these figures to kids. They gave even before they had the figures, they had designs, and they showed the designs to different groups. And they asked them, all right, which one do you like? Which of these do you prefer? And they took all that stuff into consideration when they were making these. So it's not like they sat down one day and just made the first figure that they thought of. It sounds like they put in their homework and are making the best product that they can, that they think will sell to the most people. Because it's a business and they want to make money. It's not like... you look at Marauders or Boss Fight Studio, who are very niche, and I'm sure they want to sell to as many people as possible too, but they aren't trying to please as many different people. They know that they're not trying to target kids. They don't have to appeal to kids and adults, because kids aren't seeing Marauders or Boss Fight stuff. It's adults that are seeing those things. So they don't have to worry about what the kids think, right? It clearly says on their packaging, on their website, these are adult collectibles. Okay? Just checking out the comments. I've only got a couple minutes left, guys, because I'm on battery power on my laptop because I had to do this from a little different angle. We had some we're getting some new furniture, and we had to move some old furniture out of our bedroom, and so this whole space over here, which I normally am sitting in, has a bunch of stuff on the floor. So I'm over here. I had to unplug my laptop, so I'm running a little low on the battery, and I don't want it to die on me midstream here. So just a couple minutes left, and then I'll have to sign off. Pensive says, I love them. The less people buy or dislike them, the more I can get. Well, it's one way of looking at it. Iron Boy. All right, I'm going to get this name right. Iron Boy Wonder Iron Fist Movie says, would vehicles fit with 6-inch G.I. Joe is still a relevant thing. Title will always be. Vehicles is another thing that people have brought up. They said, Lenny, at least on his, I don't remember if it was the stream or when he was talking to Chris over at Full Force, that they are interested in vehicles, at least the smaller stuff. And you look at what they've done for Marvel Legends. They've done several small vehicles for them. So I think if the line is successful, there's a very good chance that we will see at least some smaller scale stuff like a motorcycle, ram motorcycle, trouble bubble, maybe a Fang helicopter, some of the smaller scale, smaller size vehicles. R. Mullen says, right, kids could care less about figures. Yeah, it depends on the kids. I've seen online, some parents have been successful in getting their kids to engage with physical toys. For a while, I was a little bit successful, but my older son is pretty much done with toys, and now over the course of the last couple months, my younger son now is really pushing into that whole video game thing. I think he's a little too young, but it's when you're working from home and it's hard to, and when both my wife and I are working from home, and it's hard for us to work and monitor our kids the whole time. So our youngest son has been kind of on his own a lot the last couple of months, and the easiest thing to do, for us has been to kind of just, all right, here's TV. And then we've taken some non-technology breaks, forcefully tried to get them to do other things. But it's just, I'm sure if you guys are parents, it's been a difficult season right now. So yeah, it's just some kids are still there with the figures and some aren't. I mean, I would love for my kids to be more into the toys, but Elias Angelius says, HasLab, we might get a 1/12 scale Moray. That was another thing that I thought of too, was HasLab would be one place where we might see some of the larger scale, it's a little late, guys, so my brain is kind of fried. Can't even think of the name. But the larger scale vehicle, larger size vehicles, yeah, HasLab could do that. I don't know if they will. I think pretty much out of the question is going to be a playset for this scale. I don't think we're ever going to see that. I think that's going to be too much. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be too much. Raisner says, in the 80s, I only played with toys until 5th, early 6th grade. Same here. So my oldest son, he's only got like 2 years left until he's there, but he's already there. He's already there, a couple years earlier. And I think it's just the way it is across the board for kids these days. It's technology has advanced so much that they gravitate towards that. R. Mullins says, I wonder too if our kids see it as our thing. Our dads obviously didn't have collections like we do. It's another good point, right? Yeah. And Gas says some Moray would be the size of the flag. Would it be? Would it be 7 feet? I don't know. I'm not good with numbers and the math. Maybe. All right, guys, I'm going to have to sign off because my battery's going here. So we had a good group on tonight. There was, I think at one point we had like 30 people watching. So that's pretty good for this channel, for watching a live stream that was not promoted at all. Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for joining me and looking at these reveals for the figures. I'm excited for this line. I'm more excited since I got a couple in hand. I like, Duke, and stay tuned for my Roadblock review. And these reveals that we just saw look pretty good. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everyone has a good night. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you have a good week this week. Tomorrow's Monday, and hope all of you are staying safe and being responsible. Remember, we're all dealing with a lot of stuff right now, and just want to encourage you to try to find a time during the day where you can get a little bit of peace and just not be bogged down with what you see in the news or all that stuff. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.